Hello and welcome everybody, I'm a proud Bavarian and we are here in Paris in Act 2. Égalité is the name of the act, so equality. What are we going to do in this act? Well, hopefully not something as terrific as in the last episode, or rather as terrible and terrifying as in the last episode is going to occur to us, but I have the feeling that it only gets worse from here. Let's check our current stats. We have a high opinion in the common folk, a decent opinion in the revolutionaries, and a very low opinion with the aristocrats. So we have to focus on that a bit. And I've already seen that in this case, the aristocrats clearly favor the death penalty. But let me check this out, actually. Are they? They're not actually favoring anything. So if we deem it right, we can even acquit the suspect. Now, if that will be right, I'm not sure yet. Let's check it out. Nathan Desiraf, a Médané, a 19-year-old orphan who is currently employed at a loom shop, is accused of being a monarchist. Prior to the revolution, the defendant was working as a kitchen maid in the Parisian residence of Xavier de Borda, the Baron de Lezenay, who was a sworn supporter of Citizen Capet. After the beginning of the revolution, he was accused of plotting against France. However, because of insufficient evidence, he was only stripped of his title and fortune. Danet was denounced by the head of the loom shop, 56-year-old Louis Berthier. He accused her of supporting monarchists and having counter-revolutionary views. Aimé allegedly committed theft of groceries from the loom shop pantry. It would have been an ordinary crime if not for the fact that she then handed the food to Xavier de Borda. After his trial, the former baron started living on the street, dressed in rags and begging for bread. The crime was witnessed by another worker, 51-year-old Barbara Cuvier, who also worked at the baron's residency, though only for a short period of time. She testified to having seen Aimé taking bread and cheese from the pantry and give it to de Borda. He also nagged other employees of the loom shop, asking them to bring him food in exchange for money. The former aristocrat was arrested for vagrancy. During the interrogation, he confirmed everything that we had previously established. However, he denied recognizing Aimé and offering her anything for the food. Alright, so what do we have? A kitchen maid was... I remember this. This is not a clue. That didn't actually pop up there. Theft of groceries is an accusation here. The motive... Actually, this is counter-revolution, supporting monarchists, and also an accusation, I guess. Money for food. Maybe the motive? Right, and then Baron de Lezenay. That's counter-revolutionary. There you go. Let's go, boys. Easy money. What are we going to do about her? Right now, I would argue that she is not guilty of anything. She didn't really do anything besides, well, giving a hungry man bread. And even if that man is a disgraced former rich nobleman, what is he now? He's nothing. Giving nothing bread does not exactly feed the bourgeoisie, but who knows? Bourgeois whore. Don't waste the guillotine on her, bring her to us. Raymond Devoyer says the defendant wanted to be human in inhuman times, or maybe she was just stupid in times that have no mercy for stupidity. I cannot decide which epitaph will look better on her tombstone. Citizen, what is your name? I am Aimé Danet. What can you say in your defense? I didn't do anything. She's obviously lying. The files contain a detailed description of the reason for her trial. Citizen Danet, the principal of the weaving shop, claims that you were helping a sworn counter-revolutionary, Xavier de Borda, the former Baron de Lezenay, with food. I just fed a poor man. I didn't mean to harm. Why did you not feed a child instead of a former rich man? Should I pity an old man less than a child? She's lying, as monarchists always do. I think we're going a bit crazy here. Both Tinville, who, by the way, I looked him up. He's an interesting one. He was a prosecutor, rather, in the revolution. He's an interesting man. Anyway, Duras support the revolution. What do we do with her? I mean, whatever her answer is, there's no plot here. You know, like, we can't see... I see plots in a lot of things. You will know this by now. In this game, I see plots in every single action. But this one, I don't see it. I think it's gonna be an acquittal. Not that it actually matters for the aristocrats, but I think you're gonna make it an acquittal. Do you support the revolution? Yes, although now more often than before the cupboard is bare. Probably because in the past we were among the privileged who spent their times in palaces. During the Ancien Regime, we didn't even have cupboards. If only you could have seen how we lived in those palaces. So the revolution has disappointed you and you decided to help its enemies. No, I just fed a beggar who asked for a slice of bread. That beggar was the former Baron de Borda, recognized by the court as an enemy of France and its people. The Baron had really changed. He's skinny, grey-haired, looked like he would faint any minute. I wonder if he ever took pity on anyone. Why did you help Citizen de Borda? He was starving, and I know how hunger feels. He was also sentenced for counter-revolutionary activities, which you, as his former employee, know very well. I only saw a dirty, lice-ridden man. How could I recognize the Baron in him? I'm still not convinced it was him. Are you trying to convince us that you did not recognize a man for whom you worked for so many years? So skinny, missing his hairpiece and rich clothing? He wouldn't recognize himself. Impossible. Would you have done the same if you knew the identity of the beggar? Criminals have to eat like any other person. He's just a beggar. What harm can he do to France? I agree with her. What do you want me to say? I think I'm gonna acquit, despite, like, the thing is, it's nice having a buffer for one of these two, because the aristocrats are so low, we're risking a lot. We're risking a lot here by having them be low as well, because potentially they would go down, and if they grew, but if they went down, they would also, you know, that's all I'm saying. I don't know if I made that much sense there. Anyway, what did you get from the Baron in exchange for food? A kind word? What else would a starving beggar have given to me? The only other thing he could offer would be lies. Witnesses claim that he promised you a lot of money from his hidden fortune. He was going crazy from hunger. Why would he live on the street if he had money? Who would believe such a thing? People like him always have some gold hidden. Who knows, maybe he was living there because he did not want to draw attention to himself. If he had money, he could just buy food in a store. That is true. Unless he could not, because nobody would trade with an enemy of the revolution. Not everybody... Look, Tinville, not everybody would recognize him. The thing is, had we beheaded him, we would have gotten rid of this issue, okay? This would never have been an issue, but at the same time, she did nothing wrong. She's acquitted. Not guilty. I guess she kind of confessed to it, though, to, like... I mean, did she? No. Was that counter-revolutionary in nature? No. Where did the woman get the food? Wait a minute. Where did she get the food? Probably stole it. How much are the... Ah, we know this. Haha! Yeah, we didn't ask these two. Yeah, those two are no's, I think. This one, I'm not sure. How long did Danae work? I mean, it can't be days or months. No. It has to be child. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it such a focal point here. But I didn't ask all the questions, I will admit. The verdict in the case of Aimee Danae is not guilty. Lead the defendant out. I see how you could have believed her explanations, though it is a pity that your intuition was not strong enough for you to see through them. You let a thief go. Are we letting counter-revolutionaries go now? You are an enemy of the people. Shut your mouth, you son of a bitch. 4 to 5. Ah, so it was counter-revolutionary. Jesus, I don't know. I don't know if it really was counter-revolutionary. I will be honest with you. Anyway, this is day 1 in what will probably be a very terrifying act as we close in on the days of the terror.
Frédéric.
Oh, really? Why? Why would he burn it? It's a memory. Well, fires of the revolution, I guess. You gotta leave some stuff behind if you want to survive in this day and age. Alright, they liked what I did at the trial. They had pity with that lady. I was thinking maybe we should treat our father better here, you know? Go shopping. Paragraphs and codes is the only thing that he actually likes. So we gotta, let's go with that. I hope that it, like him, she will be put down, but what about him? He can stay in the blue, right? Yes, let's go. She will probably, oh, actually, decent. Alright, here we go. That was decent balancing, I feel. Right, the map. He defeated us? What? In what world? That's a lot of fools here. Right, this is ours, so you should just move. My question though. I don't know who... So who does he beat up? Who does Jacques-Louis David beat up? Does he beat up anybody? He's a diplomat, right? Gregory Ramel. How's this district doing? Oh, that's pretty fervent already. I think I'd like to move both of you over here to fight you. Although I guess actually this we may have wanted to actually. Yeah. I'm actually gonna move you over here. I don't know how this fight is gonna end, I'll be honest with you. But I would rather take over these 2% right there. I don't like this revolutionary patrol nonsense. You are going over here. Actually, I mean, you could just go over there, you know. Once he's healed, you can immediately quench the unrest there. And I might actually want to have him moved out. I'm going to move him over here to take this over. Give me the influence of this, okay? We could try to get the agent here, but they are doing the same thing, so one of them is wasted today anyway. Visit the main section. What does that mean? Oh, this one. Hey, we're at 63%. Jesus, this is going fast. Seize the building. Oh, this is the last building we can siege. And now every building has been sieged. We're currently building at 6%. We can... Next time we will have 8%. This is great. We're making huge progress here. With the statue. I don't even know what the statue actually does, but I would love to build it. Thank you very much, yes. Day 2, anyway. Let's see where this is going.
Good morning, citizens.
Oh boy.
You did not hurry here, did you? A long night.
Citizen Robespierre, to what do we owe the...
Vendée, there was a rebellion.
What? Who started it?
People. Traitors. They are yelling that they have had enough of the terror of the revolution. Some say they want bread. Others, that the clergy continues to oppress the people.
And there are those who shout, "To hell with Robespierre's terror!"
You speak too freely, citizen. Enough with the lenient verdicts. Enough with indulgence. I will deal with Vendée myself, but I need the situation in Paris. And I need you to get rid of the undesirable, the element that undermines the sense of the revolution. Fear will help them think more rationally, to believe in its message. You must bring peace to the capital city, even if that means blood.
And what about legal equality? Justice?
Terror is nothing but swift justice.
Damn, he's very much unlikable, huh? His time will come. I got a gut feeling. Archbishop Jean-Baptiste Gobel was the one who made the decision on the death of your child. He should be your next target. Well, he will be. Be certain of that. What else is going on? Good, bad, good. Position hierarchy, supply problems. There have been problems with food supplies. It is as though someone wants to starve the capital. Friend. Someone is taking care of your reputation behind the scenes. Why, who could this mystery admirer be? A royalist uprising started in Vendée. Paris is in turmoil and anyone could be accused of trying to start a civil war. Be careful. Alright, okay. What do we have here? First of all, before we even look at that, let's look at this. The monarchists, yet again, not actually influenced. I'm thinking we might want to go with an acquittal. I mean, it depends, right? But we might want to go with an acquittal because having the revolutionaries on our very good side would be excellent. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Isaac Mädelsheim, a 53-year-old Jewish widower, runs three Parisian inns and grants loans for living. His daughter, 6-year-old Esther Mädelsheim, assists him. The tradesman describes himself as a zealous supporter of the revolution as he believes that through it, Jews will finally be granted the same rights as the other citizens of France. Due to the current shortages of food supplies across the city, his primary source of income is usury. Mädelsheim is suspected of having stolen military supplies with the intention of selling them in his inns. The alleged crime was witnessed by Count Jean-Philippe de Broe, one of Mädelsheim's debtors. Ah, I see how it is. A debtor witnessed the crime coincidentally. He notified the authorities that late in the evening on Saturday, 12 September, he watched Isaac Mädelsheim personally manage the unloading of vehicles that belonged to his cousin Herz Mädelsheim as they were standing in front of his warehouse. Everyone knows that Herz only provides supplies for the French army, and that his managers are frequent guests at Isaac's inns. The investigators found military chests stamped by Herz-Medelsheim Company in Isaac's warehouse. Their contents, wine, dried horse, meat, and flour, were not mentioned in the inventory. They appeared, however, in the waybills of the garrison Rem. The records show that Esther Medelsheim is responsible for the inventory. Isaac Medelsheim was immediately arrested and accused of stealing from the French army and acting against the best interests of France. The statement of Esther Medelsheim, honestly, the case is a very weak one. First of all, anti-Semitism was a driving force in the revolution, and in later parts, it's been a very well-established issue in Europe, the anti-Semitism and the way it rose up, not just in World War II, but also way before it. You also had, after 1871, you had the Dreyfus affair that essentially brought down governments in the old French Republic at the time. So this does kind of smell like an anti-Semitism case, and at the same time, the case is very, very weak. The 16-year-old, may just have not been able or whatever. When you were 16, were you really able to lead an entire business by having the ledgers under your control? I don't think so. But we'll see. Maybe at the end of the day, he sold whatever was in those chests. Jewish leech, killed at bourgeois. Please introduce yourself. Isaac Medelsheim, Monsieur le Juge. You are accused of stealing the property of the French army and attempting to sell it. What theft, Monsieur le Juge? What crime? We have a witness who saw everything with his own eyes. This is slander, Monsieur le Juge, and provocation made up by Count de Bro. He owes me money and doesn't want to pay it back. The military chests found in your warehouse filled with supplies intended for the garrison Reims are quite conclusive evidence against you. I can explain. Well, then why don't we take a look at the questions here? Is this testimony's evidence? What? Are you kidding me? How is that not evidence? Inventory, that is evidence though, right? Yeah, okay. Supporter of the revolution? What? Military chest. The merchant's warehouse is a crime scene. Okay. You are maybe the cause of events? Yes, okay. Unloading the vehicles, cause of events. Military chests is the accusation. Inventory is the accusation. Jewish merchant, I do not believe was on the thing. Also, why does he do the OK hand symbol? Supporter of the revolution is the method. Okay, and here we got it. We got it, boys. Whew. So far I think he's innocent. Let's call the witness first. Esther Medelsheim, the daughter of Isaac Medelsheim. Are you able to testify? I can see that you are unwell. Yes, I will manage. Describe your duties. I am responsible for the inventory and the accounts of our debtors. Why did you not list in the inventory the goods that were stored in the military chests? Monsieur le Juge, since my health declined, I have neglected my duties and unfortunately forgot to include those goods in the books. Are you too weak to hold a pen? I get tired quite quickly, lightheaded. It is hard for me to work. Or maybe you did not want to be part of your father's crimes. The food was delivered by our regular supplier, Marcel Rosier. I did not note the goods down, and that is my fault alone. What do you know about the charges brought against your father? They are based on the lies of Count de Bro. He owes my father 400,000 francs and doesn't want to pay it back. But you probably know that, Monsieur le Juge, since you two know each other well. Who's Count de Bro? Call the witness to order. Count de Bro himself referred to his relationship with Monsieur le Juge directly before the trial. Wait a minute, what? I want to Google this quickly. Count de Bro. If we just find an image of him. There's no We the Revolution image of Count de Bro. Meaning that I have no idea who that is. Who is Count de Bro? The judge is in bed with counter-revolutionaries. Are you able to prove those insinuations? Unfortunately, nothing more than my own words and a strong belief that I am in a place where justice must prevail. My father is not guilty. He legally purchased both the chests and the goods. Lead the witness out. Wait a minute. Is he in the hierarchy somewhere? Doesn't look like it. I'm very confused. I can't remember who he is. Anyway, I think this will be freedom for this man. What do you think about the revolution? How could I not support it when the kind citizens of France want to grant Jews the same right they have? Then why are you harming the revolution by stealing military supplies? I offered my own money for the revolution, Monsieur le Juge. Ask the friends of Mr. Robespierre, Mr. Joseph Fouché, and Mr. Antoine Simon. They will confirm it. You pay to pretend to be one of us. People like me do not benefit from supporting the revolution. Benefit? So you're saying that you supported the people to gain money? No, I can explain. Give him to us, we'll decapitate him even without a guillotine. Gain money? If I really stole those articles, which I did not, and sold them in my inns, I would not even get back what I gave to Mr. Robespierre's friends. I don't think he did anything. You didn't include him. Tell me, if his story clashes with his daughter's, then he might actually... Maybe there is something there. I purchased them legally. Monsieur le Juge, you can check it yourself. The books are carefully kept. This must be a mistake. The court is checked. The goods are not mentioned in the inventory, which leads to even bigger suspicions, as the books were indeed neatly kept in the past. My daughter Esther is responsible for the books. She has been extremely ill recently, and probably just forgot. Maybe you did not tell her about the goods because you did not want her involved in your crime? If you were no thief, the girl wouldn't have been left alone. There was no crime. She must have planned to write it down later. I'll stand up and kick his ass, I swear. Nah, he didn't do anything. Why did they find those chests? I bought those chests empty. Hertz sells high-quality military chests for the same I could pay for inferior equivalents. How could I not buy them? Is that even legal? Does the army not need them? I have no idea. If Hertz sells them, it must be fine. You did not think to ask. Who am I? An investigator? He assured me it was fine. Insolent bourgeois. Jews always lie. Silence. How many employees? Why are the vehicles belonging to the main supplier of the French army, Hertz Medelsheim, standing in front of one of your warehouse? They were getting ready to continue on their journey. The managers of my cousin Hertz like to stop at my inn whenever their route allows it. And it just so happened that they were delivering the same kind of goods found in the military chests that were also matching the military records and were not included in your inventory. I know it sounds strange, but... Wait a minute, I want to read that for the last question here. They were delivering the same kind of goods found in the... that were also matching... I mean, if it's the exact goods in the chest, maybe he did do something. Why were the chests filled with goods listed in the waybills as prepared for the French army? Our army is not the only party buying wine and dried meat. The chests were filled with goods purchased from my supplier, Marcel Rosier. He can confirm it. Marcel Rosier cannot confirm anything. As you probably already know, he was found dead last week. Monsieur le Juge, this is the first time I've heard about it. How inconvenient it is to blame a dead man. Maybe to you, but I've lost my main supplier. You did not know about Rosier's death? Not at all. The whole thing was plotted by my debtors. They want to get rid of me, as they should. It's a plot hatched by my debtors, and I demand justice. I still don't think he did it. I think he's being framed. Let's take a look at this thing first. He did not confess to it. Was not counter-revolutionary in nature. How did the innkeeper explain the missing records? Daughter's illness. Debtor. And cousins. Alright. I'm gonna acquit him. He obviously has some favors with Robespierre and whatnot, so Robespierre will like this decision. I'm gonna acquit him. I wonder if I'm, like, pushing away our friend that is pushing out our propaganda in the name of the aristocrats. But who knows? René Boutin. René Boutin, the cook of municipal official Norbert Pasquier, stole 8 kilograms of smoked meat from his master. I wanted to sell some of it and give the rest to my own family, explained the accused, who without hesitation confessed to the crime. Good move. Michel Loup. During a trade visit in the north of France, Michael Loup allegedly had intercourse with Boissonade, a widow who runs a doss house in Rouen. The claim was filed by the wife of the accused. It was not backed with any evidence. Mathieu Besnard has been gossiping at the tavern on Rue Saint-Martin, telling anyone who cares to listen about a sexual relationship with Luc Hayet's wife. The investigators have established that he was most probably lying. I mean... Sure, there you go. They both are now very low, but none of them is close to being dead, so maybe we got a chance here. Alright, that's the quick judgments for the day. The revolution in Vendée, by the way, did happen. It is a rebellion that did occur. It was a Romano-Catholic rebellion in the name of the royals and the Catholic Church. It was squashed, of course. The judgment for Isaac Medelsheim is not guilty. Take the defendant away. I formally object to the verdict. They let a thief walk free. He's a counter-revolutionary. The judge was bored. No, I wasn't. Alright. And that's today. I suppose I'm to move on. I've heard rumors that after your intervention in the execution, one of the soldiers was shot for refusing to follow the order of a commander. It was the very same order you forbade him to carry out, and 2 other soldiers are also to receive corporal punishment. Your discreet alliance with Hanryo may be in danger. I mean, if so, Hanryo was always a troublemaker. I don't know. Hanryo never felt too comfortable with him. We know that he would throw us away like a piece of crumpled paper once he would realize that, you know, like, we can't serve him anymore in any way that he wants to advance into. Anyway, as long as I have known you, you never were one for small talk. I believe that actions speak louder than words. What do our actions say about you and I? That we don't allow other people to take control of our lives. We are in charge of our own destiny. Could you at least reveal where you are from? I can tell you that, just like your brother Bruno, I have also spent some time living on the street. My older half-brother kicked me out, and yet I miss him. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be. At least now I'm strong enough to do something about it. That's why I'm giving you Archbishop Gobel's head on a plate. Why? Because he was the one who planned your son's death, and I learned of his deepest secret.
Gobel's father wanted his son to have a military career. His plans changed once Gobel had an illegitimate child. The careless heir was sent to Rome, where he was supposed to study and become a priest. The woman was taken to distant relatives in Paris. Jean-Baptiste learned about it long after he completed his education. Naturally, he did everything he could to move to the capital city. His search for the woman and child were futile. That is his weak point and our chance. We have to find them before he does. Gobel will not make a move if he knows that you have his family.
I see. Why did Gobel attack me? You dealt with the Rolands and almost did the same to Pash. They were linked, so he must have thought that he would be your next target and decided to send you a message. Now I will send him one of mine. Kill everyone who has raised a hand to your family. It's the most precious thing you have. This is your best opportunity to attack, as people are blaming the clergy for stirring the rebellion in the Vendée. Alright, okay, I see how it is. Father, I'm so sorry. It's just... evening stroll it is. I mean, I don't fucking know, dude. Sorry, mate. Don't mean to put you down. Cleaning up the attic, actually. The attic has grown dusty and cluttered. Matilda has not been very energetic about housekeeping lately. Not that I can blame her. Let the male part of the family roll up their sleeves and clean. Yeah, you would hate working, her father, you lazy bastard. Let's put up these two as far as we can, and then we can try to counteract that again. Anyway. Right, the map game. Took this over, which is nice. That over, which is also nice. He took that over. And now he moved. Okay, I hate that. Yeah, I hate everything here. Seizure successful. The political salon was successfully seized. The available actions will facilitate your work at court. I mean, that's great and all, but... We're at 69%, which first of all is a very good number, but we're making 8% now. That is huge. Can't even do any. We could do this one. Fill in the report, bribe the jury. Who gives a shit? That's useless. Honestly, that is useless. Spend more time with their family. Facilitate persuasions. I don't even know what that means. Don't even know what that actually means. They are fighting. Not sure who's going to win there. They are fighting. They are fighting. I think we're going to lose all those battles. Like, I think I want to lose every single one of these. And then we're going to be in a dire situation because we're going to be surrounded. Anyway, let's take a look at the intrigue. Jean-Baptiste Gobel, seeing how he dealt with the Rolands and the mayor of Paris. Right, we already know this. Rumors about Gobel's son. The information about the Archbishop's illegitimate child should not be secret any longer. We need to make sure these rumors reach the ears of Prosecutor Tinville. David will talk about the scandal. Clovis will search the gutters. I think... we're gonna leave this one to Ramel. It's a 90% chance of success. That's very nice. The convention... Okay, what is this? It's time to look for rotten apples in Gobel's orchard. If we reveal the wrongdoings of his subordinates, we will undermine people's trust in the Archbishop. After the rebellion Vendée, the clergy has been under constant attack from people who believe the church to be responsible. Convention deputies must know something. They would not make Gobel Archbishop if they did not have something on him. You could threaten some priests, and let us not involve strangers in the search. Ramel will personally hunt down those who have wandered from the flock. Sure, hunt him down. I'm going to leave both of these in Ramel's hands in the hopes that it will actually work out. Because if it will, then Ramel will have served us well. But we need to use our influence nonetheless. What are we going to use it for? Spend more time with your family? Sure. There you go, I guess. Okay. Sounds good. Spend more time with the family. Everybody should. Day 3. Still Act 2, obviously. What's up? What's up? What's up? Today we only have several minor cases to deal with. Alright, let's deal with those. What else is going on? Man of the people. Simple folks see as one of their own, as if you grew up in the same chamber. Interesting. Supply problems Vendée. They still hate me. We gotta work on the folk, on the common folk today for sure. Yeah. Antoine Raoult, Private Antoine Raoult, was bored, so he took a stick and started drawing a fleur-de-lis pattern in the stand in front of a tailor's shop his wife was visiting. His colleagues from the National Guard, who... that's a freedom. Because that will give us this and probably just bring down the revolutionaries. Yeah, that was a good choice. Hippolyte Rouanet. 68-year-old Hippolyte Rouanet has been harassing his neighbors for quite some time. Recently, he set dogs and a group of children who live in the same building as he does. That was the last straw. Their parents decided to accuse him of assault. Yes. Yeah, good choice. Marquis Jean-Louis Berthelot. Marquis Jean-Louis Berthelot, enraged by his loss at a card game at his friend's place, attacked his own servants. He cut off the cook's ear with a cleaver. When his butler tried to save her, Berthelot beat him to death. That's a death sentence right there, yeah. No, this is fine. This balancing is fine. Remy Jacquemin. According to reports, merchant Remy Jacquemin bribed the manager of the river port to detain goods belonging to his competitors. That way, he was able to sell his own products at higher prices. Parisians had to pay for his crime. Go get him out of here. Théophile Serfbert. Aimé Martin accused brothers Théophile and Éloi Serfbert of raping her during a dance. They allegedly dragged her near the Seine and forced themselves on her in the shrubs. We did not find any witnesses of the incident. Aimé Martin. Wait a minute. Oh! Aimé Martin. Wait a minute. Wasn't that the lady that we gave a freedom sentence just like a second ago? And then they go rape her. And the revolutionaries, of course, don't like it. No, they're being sentenced. The revolutionaries don't like that. They're being sentenced. That lady was innocent. No matter what you want to say, she was maybe guilty of actually stealing, but she was innocent of being a counter-revolutionary. Get out of here. Armand Pelletier. Armand Pelletier, a soldier in the National Guard, took a break during a patrol to go to an inn by the river. The locals saw him drinking dark foreign beer. The owner testified that Pelletier demanded free drinks, threatening that otherwise the owner shall be in trouble. I mean, it's not that bad that you gotta kill him, but... Goodbye, I guess. Don't think he needed to die for that, but, you know, like, what he did wasn't right. And I think we're fine here with the balancing. It looks pretty decent. We lost a minor amount, but gained for two sides here, so that's nice. Thank you. Even the least powerful deserve justice. That they do, my friend Tinville. That they do. Alright, let's carry on here. We can finish this day. I'm gonna go home immediately. Come on, you gotta spend time with your family. Are you crazy? How's everybody doing, boys? Visit Frédéric's grave. Each visit twists the knives in your hearts. Some want to remember, some hasten to forget. Dinner with friends from the convention. A couple of deputies will come over for dinner. How nice of you to be such a generous host. How nice of them to tell all their friends as much. I think visiting the grave is fine. I want to do that as a person, okay? Personally, I would like to do this. I know Mathilde Would rather push it all away, but sometimes you gotta take the pain in. You gotta take the pain in and overcome it that way. Alright, how did it go? He lost. Beautiful. I lost. And he lost. Okay, we won 2 out of 3. You know what? That's really good. Oh, get out of here. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, he sent them away because they are living actual guards. Okay, you can stand around over there. Thank you very much. Why don't you move on, honestly? I don't want the reputation. Let's see if this is maybe something better than a reputation point. I don't know if you will win that fight, but we're going to build with 8% for this round and at least the next round. I don't think we need to focus that much on defending the building areas there. We're doing fine. Let's go into the intrigue. Failure, embarrassing subordinates, but this one went well. Okay, that's unlucky. Let us hope that the rumors stimulate Tinville's imagination enough to make him officially look into Gobel's case. It is important to cast a shadow of doubt on the Archbishop to show the deputies who are scared of him that Gobel has a weak point. Time to strike. Let us arrest the dark sheep from the Archbishop's flock. There is no need to hide any longer. You should openly challenge him. To do so, however, you will need a shield. The people of Paris. Light a fire in their hearts. Arresting priests and giving a speech. Interesting. Alright, we won yet. You know, we can win that one, I think. We got a pretty decent chance there. And with that, we're already day 4. But day 4 will only occur tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in here. This was a build-up episode, I feel. We succeeded here in cementing our position. God save the Queen. What do you know about the person who introduced himself as Ramel? Everyone deserves to know the truth about their colleagues. Meet me at 10 p.m. in the alley behind the Café Procope. Come alone and you will learn the truth about Ramel's past. It is for your own good. We're gonna decide on this tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you in the next episode. See you later, alligator.